everybody, welcome to class. Today's class is Core Flow Express number 3, 30-minute class. We're gonna roll right into it, get ourselves moving in all the planes of motion, all the various ways our limbs and core need for strength, stability, and longevity. So let's come onto our backs, grab your trusty block that gives you feedback into your core. We'll set it the thinnest or the medium way in between the legs. And a nice sigh as you land on your mat. All that it took to get to class today, all that you've done or are holding in your head, let's just exhale that out. And let the bones get heavy for a minute, starting to reset those postural muscles, stacking the bones, back of the head, back of the shoulders, back of the pelvis. And then really feel into the soles of the feet. We'll lift and spread the toes and set each toe pad down. And then lift the heels a few times, just laying here. I'm gonna do this in our bridge as well, but just get the motion. Notice if your ankle is tracking and your knee. See if there's any wobbling. Good. And we'll press into the thighs and traction the spine away. Get a little space in there and rotate the head to the right while you're pressing into those thighs. And back to center and over to the left. Back to center. And then release that traction. Let your spine be nice and neutral. And we'll lift up into our low glute bridge. Now moving the legs wherever they need to so that you can set yourself up for these heel lifts. First, we'll wrap the glutes a little bit more toward the tailbones and the tailbone a little bit more toward the feet. Press into the big toe pad and then lift and lower the heels while we stretch out the wrists, pressing or pulling back on the finger breaks of the left hand and of the right hand. Beautiful. And hands come back onto the thighs. We'll pause in our low glute bridge and start to articulate the spine down, one spine bone at a time. Really, again, feel into the feet. And lift up like a nice board, a nice plank, and then articulate that spine down, getting that curve, feeling into the space between each of the bones. Beautiful. We'll bring the block out, lift the legs up, a little bend in the knee, and then set the block the thinnest or the medium way between the mid-thigh. Interlace the hands behind the head, and just let the elbows come out for a second as you adjust your feet, little micro adjustments with the legs. See where you can find that space where you're not compressing at the hip joint, but you're not overextending. So just finding that neutral. And then as you flex your feet a little bit, let gravity press down on the soles of the feet to bring that alignment a little bit more firmly. And feel into the back of the pelvis, let it spread and press down on the mat. And then once you have that, we'll exhale and bring the elbows together. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, lift up off the shoulder blades, looking down at your pelvic kite, and inhale, come back down. Exhale, lift it up. And inhale, bring it back down. Now we're going to remove the block, but use that same setup as if you hold a block here. Elbows are in, exhale and lift. Bend the right knee. And we'll set the leg at a 90-90 and internal, external rotation at the hip joint. Just notice how small that internal rotation is compared to the external. Come back to neutral, lift the leg up. Inhale, bring the head down. Exhale and lift. Opposite leg, bring it to neutral. External, internal, twice each. Nice, strong core. Come back to neutral, lift the leg. Inhale, come back down. One more time like that. Exhale and lift. Right knee bends. Internal, external. Twice. Back to neutral. Lift the leg. Inhale, come down. Really feel that in the pit of the belly. Exhale and lift. Bend the knee. External and internal. Good. Back to neutral and lift the leg. Inhale, come all the way down. We're gonna add on, exhale and lift. First, rotate 1 inch to the left, bend right knee, external, internal. Whew. Come back to center, lift the leg, come back over to the center with the head, and then inhale, come back down. Exhale and lift. Rotate 1 inch to the right, bend the left knee, and external, internal, moving just at the hip, holding strong in the pelvis and belly. Come to neutral with the leg, lift it up, come back to center, inhale, come down. One more round just like that. Exhale and lift up off the shoulder blades, elbows are in. Rotate 1 inch to the left, bend right knee, and external, internal, whew, external, internal, back to center with the leg, lift it up. Come back to center with the torso, inhale, come all the way down. Last one, exhale and lift, rotate to the right, bend left knee, external, internal, external, internal. Last one, and back, and lift that leg, come back to center, inhale, come all the way down. Woo, we'll bend the knees, bring them back down to the mat. Walk them nice and wide as the mat, and then grab your block. We'll palm the block the medium way. Reach the arms overhead, press into the block. Rotate those legs over to the right, pressing the inner edge of the right and the left leg down, and pressing the glutes to wrap a little bit more. Just ask it for a little bit more here. Last breath here. Arms back to neutral. You can set the elbows down if you want as you rock the legs back, and then over to the left side. Reach the arms overhead, press inner edge of the right foot down now, wrap right glute. Big breath into the core. All the way down to the pelvis. Beautiful. One more breath. Good, and start to peel the arms back and the legs up. We'll set that block to the side, big hug inward with the knees. Starting to feel that flexibility in the hips already as they organize for your movement. And then we'll rock and roll up to all fours, or you can turn and press up. And as we come into our quadruped, set wrists over shoulders, knees in line, a little forward of the hips. We're gonna walk the knees together. And as we hover right knee, really ensure that that left side, the hip, isn't swishing over. We're gonna take some little fire hydrants here, a little external rotation out to the side, feel the quads, really lift, and it's all coming from those adductors and outer hip. Whew. Last one, and set it down. Rotating and to the other side, we'll hover that left knee first, and then open and close. Good. One more. And then set the knees down, coming into a dolphin or a down dog. We'll lift the pelvis, pedal out the feet. Feel into the back line of the body. Good, and we'll lift the left leg. Keep the leg long today. We'll do little circles, moving the femur in the hip socket, and then circle the other way. Good, bring the left leg back under you, right leg extends, point the toe, and little circles. Keep the pelvis stable, moving just at the hip. And other side. Good, bring that leg down, bend the knees, and a little child's pose if you want it. Good, and then we'll start to work our way up to tall kneeling, stepping front of the mat. For sun salutation, one, sweep the arms and lift. Exhale, bend the knees and hinge. Right foot back, knee to the mat, top of the foot to the mat. Wrap your right glute, sweep and lift the arms up, and then reach the fingertips a little higher as you feel that whole pelvic kite start to engage. Plant the hands for plank. Nice plank hold for a moment. Feel your strength, set it up. And lower. Inhale, little cobra. Exhale, down dog, pedal the feet. Make space. Good, right foot forward. Left knee down, top of the foot down. Sweep and lift the arms as left glute wraps. Reach fingertips up. Beautiful, plant the hands, back foot steps in, nice bend in the knee. Press down through the feet, sweep and lift. Exhale, hinge, left leg back. Knee to the mat, tuck the toes under this time. And we'll roll the shoulders back. Beautiful, guys. Let's plant the hands for plank. And step it back. Lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog, pedal. Shake out the head, maybe flutter the lips. Release into it. Good, left leg steps. Right knee to the mat, toes are tucked under, and roll, wrapping right glute. Making space. Finding mobility and stability. Good, plant the fingers, step that back foot in, little bend. Sweep and lift, and we're gonna start our first sequence the same way. Hinge on down, right foot back, low lunge, and we'll take a lancer, right arm up, left arm onto the glute. Wrap that right glute, feel that with your left hand. Good. Now we'll cup the skull and let the elbow come out to the side, and staying stable in the pelvis, start to bring the head back, lifting the chin up. So it's a little bit of extension. You'll feel it through the right hip. Good, little stretch there with a nice, strong, stable core. Good, come back up to neutral. We'll plant the hands, three-legged down dog, left leg is up. Good. Pause here, and then we'll press down into the first finger a little bit more, draw knee to chest. Extend it back out. Knee to chest. Extend it back out. Last time, knee to chest, and this time the knee comes down for a modified side plank. So left side is down, right leg is out. Wrap your glutes, reach your arm up. Now we're gonna tap this back foot. So using this outer hip strength and the stability of the parts that are down, fingers, wrists, knee, keep tapping that leg. Beautiful. Woo, feel that strength. You can feel it in the left glute as well as in the whole right leg. Good, we'll leave it up, hold it strong. Step to the left, side lunges. Sitting back into your glutes, feeling that flexion at the ankle, the knees, and the hips. Strong, solid core here. And we have our core flow express. So we're already halfway done with this sequence. We're gonna turn front of the mat and come right into our second side. Left knee down, right leg is forward. We'll lift left arm up. For lancer, right hand comes onto left glute. Feel that connection. And then left hand cups the skull, elbows out to the side. Hold strong in the pelvis as you take the chin toward the ceiling. Little extension, really feel that strength in the left side. Beautiful, bring the head back up to neutral. Hands plant, right leg comes up for three-legged down dog. Good. Pause here, press down first finger a little bit more. Draw knee to chest and extend it back out. Knee to chest and extend it back out. Last time, knee comes in, this time it lands. Modified side plank on your right side. Reach the arm up, feel that balance in the shoulder blades. And then we'll tap left leg. Nice and strong. Good, last time, leave the leg up and start to draw it around, turning to the right, side lunges. Choose a different spot to put your hands this time if you like. And then option to start really pressing through the feet to get that little spring in your step. Beautiful. We're going to turn front of the mat. Fingers come down for a happy squat. Set the legs apart, sit back into the hips, reach on forward. Feel that stretch. We'll walk fingers over to the left. Feel it in the whole right side. And over to the right. Feel that in the left side. Hands walk back to center and then over to the ankles. Press and lift just a little bit, hover up. Collect the core, press down through the feet, come all the way up. Beautiful. Sun salutation A, sweep and rise. Exhale, hinge. Plant the hands and step on back for a plank hold. Feel that strength. Collect the core, the glutes, the quads, and lower. Cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. Shake out the head. Ha. All right, right leg steps in, left leg comes up to hip height. Press into that first finger, and if you want, you can push for a little spring in your step. Handstand hops. And then we're gonna step left leg forward for a standing L. Finger pads are down. Make a nice framework for your heart to move through your arms. Bend the knee, back leg, toes point down. Beautiful. Make it nice and dynamic by lifting your core, pressing down through the feet pads. Feel that through the whole back line. And then right leg crosses behind left. Sit back into the hips a little bit. Press the front calf into the back shin. And then we'll shimmy the ribs. Beautiful. Press down to come up. Keep the legs crossed, hands at the pelvis, stack the head. And then we'll tap right toe out to the right. And then draw it into a tree. Hands can come to heart or reach all the way up. Strong left hip. Strong left leg. Hands back to heart. Step it back out, toe touches. And then wrap it around for a curtsy squat with a little twist. Feel the legs scissoring together. Strong and active core. Big, big breath. Beautiful. Start to slide even more for a seated twist. So left leg ends up on top and right arm crosses the body. A nice slice here. Shoulder blades on the back. Big breath into the core. Beautiful. We'll turn front of the mat and then into the back of the mat. So the right leg is forward. Standing, or we'll go into our downward dog. So right leg is up. And then here are your handstand hops, if you want them, or just hold your three-legged down dog with that right leg up. And then we'll step right leg forward, reach the fingertips, standing L. So you're facing the back of the mat, right leg is forward or down, and then the left toes point down as well. Heart moves through the arms. Feel the dynamic flow of energy all the way up the back side of the leg. And we'll cross left leg behind right. Sit back into your glutes. Shift your hands. That's it. Press down to come up. Cup the pelvis, stack the head. Tap left toe out to the side, and then into tree. Strong right side, and arms can lift. Woo, last breath here, hands to heart. Tap left leg back out to the side and wrap it around for a curtsy twist. Hands at prayer, elbows are wide. Nice big breath, gaze down for balance. And then keep sliding that leg, seated twist. Right leg is on top. Slice left arm, stack up. Breathe all the way into the base of the core. Feel that hip stretch. Beautiful, big full breaths. And then we'll turn to come out of this front of the mat. Woo, big step. Good, pause and balance. Tadasana, hands can be at heart. Feel into it. And then walk around for a minute, grab a little water if you need it. We're gonna put all this together into one longer flow for our core flow express. Beautiful, guys, let's do it. Sweep and lift the arms. Exhale, hinge. Right leg comes back into kneeling lunge. Good, we'll wrap right glute, use your left fist onto that glute for feedback and reach right arm up. Hand comes to skull. Now this time a little half camel. Support the head, lift the chin, and then option to take that left hand back to touch the ankle for a little half camel. Beautiful, big hip stretch, and lift back to neutral. Hands come to plant, three-legged down dog, left leg is up. And here we go, knee to chest. Extend it back out. Knee to chest. Extend it back out. Option for a fallen triangle, drawing that left leg through the right side. You can keep two hands planted, or you can lift the right arm. Beautiful. Plant the hands. Draw that knee back out, three-legged down dog. And then left knee down, modified side plank. Reach the arm up. This time we'll take the arm overhead, lift the back leg and elbow to knee. You can use a fist for your hand if you like that feel of the pull. Beautiful, guys. Last one. Woo. And then we'll stretch this right leg around. Side lunges. If you like the feeling of pushing off the foot, perhaps bring your hands to prayer so you can feel that lift a little bit more. Good. Last time, hold over to the right. We'll reach those right fingertips down for a little stretch into that hip joint. You can lift your left toes. And then we'll move around to the back of the mat. Left leg is forward, fingers plant, standing L, bend the knee. Toes point down. Feel that stretch. Beautiful, guys. All right, here we go. Right leg behind. Sit back, little shimmy to the ribs. Press down to come up. Cup the pelvis. Head stacks. And right toes out to the side. Coming into tree or choose figure four chair. And we'll take it out again. Half jack, you can use the arms. And now behind you, curtsy squat. Half jack out to the side, tree or figure four chair. Last one, half jack out, curtsy squat. Slide it on through, left leg's on top, seated twist, and slice the arm. Woo! Feeling so good on the hip joints. Get nice and tall, strong breath down to the core, all the way at the base of the pelvis. And start to turn to the right to come out of this. And front of the mat, you can swing that back arm, step it into Tadasana. Beautiful. Let's do the other side. Sweep and lift. Exhale, hinge. Left leg back, knee to the mat, toes are tucked under. We'll lift the left arm. Right hand comes onto that glute. Good. Take your hand, elbow out, cup the skull. Start to lift the chin. Use the hand for support and lift those frontal core muscles up. Option to take your right arm back for a half camel, touching the ankle or the heel. One more breath into that left hip. Beautiful. Hands plant, three-legged down dog. Right leg is up. Knee to chest. And extend it back out. Knee to chest. Extend it back out. Knee to chest, option for fallen triangle, taking right leg through the left side, 2 arms down, or lift it up, you got it. One more breath here, and then reset the hands. Bring that right leg back into three-legged down dog, and then down for modified side plank. Set up your modified side plank, strong glutes. Reach left arm overhead, lift back leg, and knee to elbow. Use a fist if you need some power. Really firm up bicep, tricep on the right arm. Don't let that elbow bend. Good, last time. Step it around, turning right. Side lunges. Enjoy it, whatever feels good. Beautiful movement, guys. Sit back into those glutes. Really get these joints hydrated. They need it. That's it. Good, we'll hold over to the left. Option to go with the toes up on that right leg. And then set those toes down, pivot back of the mat. Standing L, right leg is down. Bend in the knee, sends the heart through the framework of the shoulders. Pull the breath all the way down to the feet. Good. And then we'll cross left leg behind right. Sit back into the hips. Shimmy the ribs if you'd like. See how it feels now. See if that cervical spine is ready to shift a little. All the parts of the spine working together. Good, come to neutral, press it down to come up, cup the pelvis, stack the head. Press down through the feet. Left toes out to the side, and then into tree or figure 4 chair. And sweep the arms, tap the left toes out to the side, half jack. Step it behind, curtsy squat. Reach it out again, half jack. And tree or figure 4 chair. Last time, half jack. And send it behind, curtsy squat. Elbows are out, nice, strong core as you rotate. And keep sliding that back foot. We'll come into a seated twist. Right leg is on top, slice the left arm. Stack up the spine, big breath. All right, start to turn to the left to come out. And use that back arm to sweep on forward, Tadasana. Beautiful, guys. Let's come onto the floor. And we'll come onto our backs just like we started, bent knees. Feel the spine land, each of the bones from the back of the head all the way down to the tailbone, pelvis. And we'll cross left ankle over right thigh for a little stretch. You can slide each of your fingers between your toes. Give yourself a little toe stretch. Good. And then unwrapping, we'll take right ankle over left thigh, sliding fingers between toes if you like. And then unwrap that, coming into a happy baby. You can rock and roll around on the pelvis or hold your stability. See what feels best. And then releasing onto the floor for a short Shavasana if you're live streaming. And if you're on the recording, stay as long as you like. Letting your bones get heavy, letting the breath regulate again as the heart rate comes down. Staying with the rise and fall of the chest and the core. And start to wiggle fingers and toes. Draw your knees into your chest. Big, big hug, wrapping inward. And come up to a seated position. Stacking the spine bones up, leveling the head, shoulders. Little core engagement as you sit. Hands to heart center, elbows out to the side, bowing inward. Come back to core flow express anytime you need some spring in your step, some lightness in your life. Namaste.